Welcome to the Dynasty Dads Podcast. Football, rankings, debates, dad stuff with your host, Justin Williams and Matt Renshaw.
Welcome, everyone, to a Dynasty Dads player profile. This episode is brought to you by DynastyTradeCalculator.com.
Stop guessing. Start calculating.
Playmaker. Dante Pettis averaged 17 yards per catch this season to the tune of 5 touchdowns and 467 yards. Last spring, Coach Kyle Shanahan and the Niners traded up to draft Pettis at 44th overall. So they know what they got. And looking back, I think it's kind of surprising to see they actually moved up to 44th to draft Pettis. But hey, Pettis got the starting nod in every game he played from Week 10 and beyond and showed out. With such a high draft capital, the regression in Marquise Goodwin, and the departure of Pierre Garçon, Pettis will have a real shot to develop a rapport with Jimmy G. And he can prove himself as more of an every down threat rather than just a big play guy. Dante Pettis has a bright future in San Fran and will be going much higher than his 2018 ADP of round 14 in startups this year. People are sleeping on Pettis. Stay woke! Pettis has the ability and the coach to develop into a real fantasy commodity.
His trade value. Yeah. I don't know how you feel. I know how I feel. Dynasty Trade Calculator has his trade value at 112 or 201 range.
I got to be honest with you. That's a little rich for my blood right now. I want to see what they do in the draft. If they don't draft a wide receiver with some serious capital, then yeah, I'm all in.
I think I'd be okay with that. I think I'd be okay with
right
like
now?
110. Yeah, right now. As crazy as it sounds, I know I love Kyle Shanahan. Love him. He always needs a wide receiver. Now, there was talk that they were trying to get Odell and a big name wide receiver, but if they don't, like that's I guess where the draft comes in. But Pettis is going to step into that role. He's going to be the wide receiver one.
If a bullet to my head, a gun to my head, I guess I should say, a gun to my head, and I had to pull the trigger, I think
that is not a good analogy.
If I had to pull the trigger or draft, or trade, I mean, for Dante Pettis, I think I'd want a little bit of a better price pre-draft. Like, I'm okay with 202 to 205. If you want to sell low, I'll take it. But, like, I really, really don't think this is the time to buy Pettis. I think we need to see what they do in the draft. I think we need to see what they do the rest of this offseason. The offseason's still young.
So you're willing to pay the increased price after the draft?
Yeah, after the draft, they don't really take any serious, contending wide receivers. Then, yeah, sure, you want 110 for Dante Pettis? I'll take that. Kyle Shanahan offense, a nice young quarterback in Jimmy G. Yeah, you got it. No competition for the most part.
Other weapon, Kittle's around, and running backs to play with. And
he could end up being a guy in 2019 that we say, whoa, we missed the boat. A lot of guys missed the boat.
Yeah.
We had a chance to get him for cheap, and he's not cheap anymore.
It's true.
Really. And he could be a guy that changes that team from your middle-of-the-road team. He could be the guy that kind of boost you up to where you're an actual competitor.
Is he a flex? Wide receiver 2?
I think his ceiling in that offense is wide receiver 2.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I don't see him as a 1. I don't think he's Cooper Kupp, a consistent slot machine kind of guy. I don't think he's anywhere near Jarvis Landry or Odell Beckham Jr. numbers. I think he's a good wide receiver 2. This player profile has been brought to you by DynastyTradeCalculator.com.
Stop guessing. Start calculating.
Thanks for hanging out with us on another episode of the Dynasty Dads Podcast. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes and follow us on Twitter @DynastyDads. Visit us at our website, DynastyDads.com, for articles, news, and notes, Dynasty Dads gear, and more.